Greetings, Atheist Antidote. It is I, Lord Yaroslav. You don't know who I am. That's okay. I'm a new response to you anyway. I gotta admit, when I first saw one of your videos, I was really pissed off. But, I am an atheist. Let's just get that out of the way, in case you couldn't have guessed. But here's the thing. I wasn't pissed off because of your message. I was pissed off because you were delivering it like a fucking demagogue, right? You were, pounding your words into your audience's head, not giving your audience any time to think, hurling off string after string of carefully crafted insults at the enemy of the atheists, putting them down as what they're not. It's not very appealing. To me, anyway. That's what pissed me off, not the message. The message was bullshit. You claim that we atheists are demagogues, in a very hypocritical sense. By that I mean that you're being a hypocrite, not that we are. But we're not. We go by whatever objective evidence we have, but I'm sure you've heard that thousands of times, so I'm not going to get into that. Rather, I'm going to be responding to your latest video, which was about 2 weeks ago. Whatever, I'm still responding to it. You claim that regarding the origins of mankind, there are two viewpoints, essentially. Sorry if you can't see my fingers. I'm just trying to emulate you because I admire you so much. Hence all this fucking fucked up white camera lighting. But you claim that there are two basic camps regarding the origin of man. One is creationism, the other is evolution. Sorry, hiccup. Let me start off by saying that the first person who ever questioned God did so because there was no evidence to support him. Alright? We look for evidence to answer the questions that were left void. That were left in his void, you could say. And that's where evolution came from. Charles Darwin made an observation, and that brought forth a lot of evidence, and that's why we have that. You claim that evolution cannot be observed. This is not true. Evolution is constantly observed in species like fruit flies, house flies, and such, and certain strands of diseases, such as the swine flu, for example. I know the swine flu is a virus, but a virus can still evolve. The common cold is constantly evolving as well, and we're observing this. So, your claim that evolution cannot be observed is false. As to whether or not evolution is in fact the origin of man, let me ask you this. You claim that you seem to believe that there was a creator, God, who created man. What evidence do you have to support that? Evolution has a mountain of evidence behind it, which is why a lot of us believe in it. The fossil record, just one example. The observations, the whole logical induction with, natural selection. And the closest thing that you creationists really seem to have to an argument is that everything there is in the biological world is so complex, like the eye, for example, or the heart. Everything is so complex that it couldn't possibly have evolved on its own by accident. Here's what you're forgetting. Every single instance where an organ would evolve in such a way that it wasn't absolutely perfect, alright, the organism that had that evolution would die. That's what natural selection is all about. So even if it takes 500 billion different genetic mutations in different individuals in a species, then that 500 billionth one is going to live and go on to mutate more in future generations. Or rather, to produce offspring, some of which will mutate more in other generations. And that's why evolution takes such a long time. The reason that everything's so perfect, or as perfect as it is because everything that didn't meet those standards, everything that wasn't capable of living, everything that wasn't as complex as it is now, fucking died because it wasn't capable of sustaining itself. That seems to be the only argument that you evolutionists really have, and it's a weak one at that. Other than that, sorry, I just called you an evolutionist, I meant creationist, I'm sorry. But other than that, all you really have is the Bible, and there's no evidence to support that. There's faith, I suppose, but that's not proof. That's just blankness. I figured it out. I figured out why you have fucking camera effects like these. You want to blind your audience. Well, I'm not going for that anymore. Yeah, I like that. I'm sorry for my haircut, by the way. I actually have to get my hair cut sometime soon. Whatever, though. Yeah, just don't be a demagogue like you're being. Alright? Instead of putting down the atheist as an evil being, why don't you try debating with him on an intellectual level? Maybe then we can take you seriously. Lord Yaroslav, peace out, and fuck off.